2016 has just begun, and we can expect several new games to be released over the next several months. But which ones am I excited for the most? I'm SonicGX98, and today I'm going to reveal the top 10 games I'm looking forward to in 2016. In order to qualify for this list, the game either must be currently planned to be released in 2016, or in the case of an episodic game, the first episode of that game must plan to be released in 2016. So, without further ado, let's begin. Honorable mentions. Tom Clancy's The Division.
We don't know how many of us there are,
or what it will take to save what remains.
but there is one thing we do know.
There cannot be any hope for tomorrow if we don't fight for today.
Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Most of us fear death. But for the Santa Blanca drug cartel, death is a saint. They embrace her, praise her, worship her. They kill thousands without repercussions, trafficking poison across South America, corroding governments. How do you fight an enemy that doesn't fear death?
Dying Light: The Following.
He talked about a group of people who don't get infected, even if they're bitten.
Delirious people will say anything.
He was holding this map when we brought him in.
Whoa. This looks like...
A way out of Haran. Crane, we are running out of antizin. We have to explore every possibility. We can't wait any longer.
Number 10. Unravel. Back on my top 10 games of E3 2015 list, I placed this as my number 6 game. Now confirmed to be released later this year, I could not be any more excited to finally get my hands on this brand new adventure. Coldwood Interactive seems to be redefining the platforming genre with Unravel, with Yarny's journey proving to be one of the most colorful and beautiful ones seen in a platforming game yet. With a design such as this, Unravel seems to be a game that will definitely go down with other platforming hits such as Ori and the Blind Forest and the award-winning Limbo. Number 9. Project X Zone 2. Just like Unravel, Project X Zone 2 is also my top 10 games of E3 2015 list, placing number 3 on it. Being a huge fan of the original Project X Zone, and having actually been able to play the game back at last year's New York Comic Con, this game is shaping up to be a vast improvement over the original. With even more legendary characters announced to be playable, such as Phoenix Wright, Sakura and Erika from the Sakura Wars series, Fiora from Xenoblade Chronicles, and even Chrom and Lucina from Fire Emblem Awakening, Project X Zone 2 is turning out to be the ultimate turn-based strategy game of 2016. Number 8. Mighty Number 9. Unless you've been skipping all my channel intros, you know I'm a huge fan of the Mega Man series, so how could I not be excited for a spiritual successor to the Blue Bomber? Announced back at the 2013 Tokyo Game Show, Mighty Number 9 has been proving itself to be very similar in design and gameplay to both the original Mega Man series as well as the Mega Man X series. Having personally backed the game's Kickstarter back in 2013, I cannot wait to finally get my hands on Beck's first adventure next month. Number 7. Mirror's Edge Catalyst. The original Mirror's Edge always holds a special place to me as one of my favorite games of all time, so it would be an understatement if I said I wasn't excited to finally be getting a sequel to it. Taking place several years before the events of the original Mirror's Edge Catalyst sets up Faith's journey to become the legendary runner she is by the first game's opening moments. Introducing an open world similar to that featured in last year's Dying Light is a very smart idea to attract newcomers to the series, and after having played it back at 2015's New York Comic Con, I'm more than excited to get my hands on this when it releases in May.
I don't like what's coming, Faith. This city is changing, and not for the better. Unless, of course, we stop it.
You, on the ground, now!
Go on, girl. Save us all.
Number 6. Quantum Break. The developer of Quantum Break, Remedy Entertainment, has always created games with great stories. Whether it be with the noir-style drama of their Max Payne series, or the psychological horror story they crafted with the Alan Wake series, it is no question that Remedy is capable of striking gold again with Quantum Break. First announced back at the Xbox One World Premiere event in 2013, the game's decision to incorporate Telltale-like choices to tell a story in both a video game and a TV show seems very innovative, and I am extremely looking forward to getting my hands on it this April.
How it all went to shit. What do you want to know?
Number 5. Batman, a Telltale game series. I'll be honest, out of all the games I was expecting to hear at last year's VGAs, this was definitely at the bottom. While I'm not the biggest Batman fan in the world, I will admit to enjoy watching the Dark Knight's various movies when they are released, as well as watching some old episodes of the various TV shows when I'm bored. Telltale seems to be taking a big leap with doing the game based off one of, if not the, most popular DC property after their last attempt with using fables to create The Wolf Among Us. I cannot wait to see how they will be able to create a choice-based story for the Cape Crusader this year if my initial reaction is anything to go by. Oh, this is a new Batman game, that's cool. What?! No! No way! They did not just do that! Oh my god, they did not just do that! Number 4. The Walking Dead Michonne, a Telltale game series. Just like Unravel and Project X Zone 2, this game is also on my top 10 games of E3 2015 list, being my number 2 choice behind Transformers Devastation. Originally intended to be released last month, The Walking Dead Michonne has now been delayed to premiere in February, yet this has done little to lower my hype for this game. Taking place in between issues 126 and 139 of the Walking Dead comic book series, Michonne's journey into unfamiliar territory looks like it will be one wild ride, and will serve as a great appetizer to The Walking Dead Season 3 coming later this year.
Not everyone deserves saving.
Number 3. Firewatch. Come on, by this point you know I'm a sucker for choice-based story games, and Firewatch is no exception. Developed by Campos Santo Studios, led by former director of The Walking Dead Season 1, Sean Vanneman, Firewatch seems to be capable of telling a great story focusing on the relationship between main characters Henry and Delilah. Playing one of these choice-based story games in first person for once has proven to be rather interesting. I'm looking forward to its release in this February.
Somebody cut the comms.
What?
I'm out here and the wire is cut clean through.
Wait, you're already there? You're not in your tower?
No, I'm not.
Then who is?
Number 2. Oxenfree. Another choice-based game being developed by former Telltale game employees, Oxenfree looks like a serious contender for this year's VGAs. Developed by new game developing group Night School Studios, Oxenfree seems to be focusing on another coming-of-age story similarly to Life is Strange Season 1 last year. Alex and her brother Jonas, played by Aaron Yvette, the voice of Sasha in Tales from the Borderlands, and Gavin Hammond, the voice of Kenny in The Walking Dead, already seem like very interesting characters, and their upcoming adventure on a haunted remote island scheduled for release this Friday may possibly end up as a Game of the Year contender for me.
It's all I can think of to do it.
Before I reveal the number 1 game I'm looking forward to in 2016, let's recap on what the past 9 were. Number 10, Unravel. Number 9, Project X Zone 2. Number 8, Mighty Number 9. Number 7, Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Number 6, Quantum Break. Number 5, Batman, a Telltale game series. Number 4, The Walking Dead Michonne, a Telltale game series. Number 3, Firewatch. And number 2, Oxenfree. And now, my number 1 most anticipated game of 2016. The Walking Dead Season 3. Sure, Tales from the Borderlands was able to dethrone Season 2 of The Walking Dead as my favorite Telltale game, but I am almost certain that Telltale will be able to top it with another tale of Clementine's fight for survival in the zombie apocalypse. While we currently know nothing about what to expect from the game's story, I really hope that Telltale will be able to perfectly tie together choices from the last 2 seasons for one more adventure. Hopefully bring back several characters such as Molly, Lily, and Krista from Season 1, and Mike, Bonnie, and Arvo from Season 2. Regardless of how it turns out in the end, it would be an understatement to say that I'm not excited to play through what may well be Clementine's final journey at some point this year.
I'm not like you.
That group is cracking. I've seen it before.
No!
If things start heading south, don't let them drag you down with them.
Everyone I grew up with, it all happened to them.
Get back!
Now, it's gonna happen to us.
Well, those are my top 10 games I'm looking forward to in 2016. What about all of you? Comment your list below and be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're at it. See you all later.